and thanks for choosing to get ready with America's Morning Headquarters. I'm Jen Carfagno.
I'm Dr. Greg Postel, and of course, from coast to coast, the Weather Channel has you covered.
Yeah, there is kind of a lot of Grinchy type weather, but the Grinch's heart grew by the end, so it was a turnaround.
It did.
Do you think the weather's going to do that?
Yeah, kind of.
In spots.
In spots. Here, look at Chicago, Midway Airport. Weather's actually, it's cloudy, but this is not really going to impact, I don't think, the airport in terms of delays. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot here.
These clouds are next level. I would love to fly up through these clouds and just see what do they look like in the midsection.
Well, there's some snow showers and some rain showers just to the northeast of Chicago, so that's associated with the same weather system that actually is going to help bring some snow to the northeast in the next 24 to 36 hours.
These clouds look kind of threatening, but they're really not going to bring anything. But when you see the radar, and I'll show you that in a moment, you'll see why. Like it's close.
It's close, yes. And, I see something up there about the Packers.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a plane.
Yeah.
This is what a day. Second plane in a row.
It is, but I'm thinking about our producer who put up something here about the Bears beating the Packers the other night.
Oh, yeah, and you're a Packers fan.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of disappointed. But, like, the Bears are great. I mean, they deserve it.
So if against the two of them, you're rooting for the Packers.
For sure.
But you would root for Bears on any other time?
Sure. I mean, I like good football.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right, let's go down to Florida. Broward County looking fantastic. I mean, weather-wise here, blue sky, temperature.
Nice breezy conditions, mid to high 70s. We'll take that. So probably not a whole lot of delays at the airport weather-wise. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to get any delays because sometimes volume does that.
That's true. But traffic on the ground is moving just fine.
Yep.
Well, the Weather Channel is bringing you updates for your holiday destination with our little sidecar. You can see that on the bottom corner of your screen. Keep an eye on it. As delays pop up, we will have them right there.
Today's big deal is both the snow and the rain.
It is dangerous. And keep that in mind as we get into this next atmospheric river event. Water like that, even just knee high, could knock you off your feet. California is on alert for significant flooding here in two spots that we're looking at: Camarillo, California, Pacifica. Another spot that is going to be dealing with some very heavy rain and a lot of wind. But keeping an eye on the wind out here is it's been breezy today, but boy, getting ready for all of it. And even these clouds look a little threatening. This is nothing compared to what's coming. We have rainfall right now that is mainly along the central coast and moving inland. In San Francisco and the Bay Area, we've been inundated with showers through the day today. You can also see a few showers lingering just offshore there in the Pacific Northwest, not too far from Seattle. Some more of that will be moving in later today there, but more showery compared to the big deluge of rain that we had last week there in Washington. Rainfall today, some of the heaviest of it will be crossing over the Central Valley and getting up into the mountains. Snow levels are pretty high for now, and so there's a lot of rain coming our way. The terrain will help squeeze out some of that moisture, and that's where we could see inches of rain coming our way. This is a forecast not just for today, but over the next 5 days. And you can see even in the Bay Area, though, we've got a couple of inches of rain down towards San Jose, closer to 3, 4, even 5 inches of rainfall. That could be problematic, causing some flash flooding, especially some urban flooding. Maybe spots that don't drain that well. Keep that in mind over the next 24 hours. That's the outlook area. And then looking ahead through Friday, there are flood watches posted all the way down into Southern California, San Diego and Oceanside and La Jolla, Laguna Beach. We've got the flood watch up. Las Vegas, we have a flood watch up as well as we see this next round of moisture move on in. So it moves in tomorrow night into Wednesday. That's going to be kind of the first push of biggest rain coming in to Southern California. And some of that could be quite heavy at times. Those bigger rainfall rates leading to concerns for not just flooding, but also mudslides in some of those burn scar areas. That's going to be a big part of this flood threat that we have. Rain will be heavy, though, up and down the California coastline. Mountain areas will definitely get it the worst. You can see in the interior, some of that snow will be piling up, too, on the Sierra as snow levels start dropping by the time we get into the end of the week. So today into tonight, rain actually shifting north, just kind of pivoting the way the system is moving in, and then spreading inland tomorrow into tomorrow night. So here comes the rain. This is midnight now, getting into Christmas Eve. So you have rain falling throughout the night. Christmas Eve day will be a pretty wet one. The afternoon, you can see rainfall all the way from Los Angeles to Malibu to Santa Barbara. We could see inches of rain coming our way. This continues into Christmas Day as well, with rainfall still in the forecast throughout that time time frame. Friday is still a wet day out here. We really don't get a break until overnight Friday into Saturday when everything kind of moves out. So this is a very wet period. This whole week looks wet. Rainfall could be heavy here into Southern California, including the Los Angeles area. And this timing, Greg, Wednesday into Thursday. Want to make sure everyone's on their guard here. I know it's a distractible time of year, but we could be dealing with flooding and even mudslides.
Yeah, exactly right, Jen. You know, heavy congestion is also, I think now the white Christmas is beginning to dominate.
It is 47%.
It's on the way up too, I think.
Yes. And if you lump in the cold but no snow, that's like we're now surpassing the warm by far.
For sure.
Lisa says, definitely love the cold. Right. The cold and no snow, which works if you have like your holiday sweaters, your outfits that, you know, you pull out at Christmas. You expect cold weather.
Well, hopefully you get the Christmas that you want.
Exactly. Right? All right, you can keep voting in our poll and keep the comments coming. Look at where else travel and your Christmas week forecast is going to be affected by the weather. We'll start with looking ahead to Christmas Eve with a lot of rain in the west. Here up and down the west coast, we've got rain, especially heavy rain into Southern California, including in Los Angeles. A few showers, rain actually, up here, say from northern Illinois into southern Wisconsin, Chicago. We may see some rain showers on Christmas Eve, but otherwise looking good elsewhere, warm and dry. Christmas Eve at the airport, we'll have to keep an eye on at all of our West Coast airports for the potential of delays throughout the day. Christmas Day, well, it's still the West really with most of the problems. Elsewhere, it's much more mild and dry in a lot of locations.
Few inches, Jen, but the problem is the ice. We've seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, that can hang on to some of those valleys in Pennsylvania. The cold air just sticks around. So heads up for that Friday travel. We have a week's worth of travel challenges in the west with rain starting today to bring those issues. Told you about those delays in San Francisco, and you can see that moisture now streaming in, getting closer. Well, it's hitting the mountains actually, and that's going to add up with the rainfall there. The terrain can help squeeze out a little extra moisture, so really heavy rainfall expected. Some flooding is a possibility. We had lighter showers elsewhere, like up today in the Pacific Northwest, a few showers in the interior, but really this is going to be the site of all the rain for the next several days with this atmospheric river, or this family of atmospheric rivers coming in here with peaking at a 4 in and around the Bay Area, and also down here into the areas just north of LA with some of the biggest of moisture making its way in. So it's all about the amount of water vapor that is being transported in the atmospheric river, and it's category 4. Mostly hazardous, also beneficial. Some other spots will be either a 3 or a 2, but really kind of focused in on some of those most intense areas of precipitation, probably bringing, unfortunately, the most problems. Rain today is actually spreading up into Northern California, the whole system kind of pivoting. And then tomorrow, you can see how the rain moves in here in full force up and down the entire coast of California and spreading inland with rain all across Los Angeles. This is your 6 a.m. forecast. Rain heavy at times, continuing maybe with a little break, but then continuing into Christmas Day with another batch of rain coming your way. And again, rainfall could be quite heavy, adding up in inches. The growing travel trend for 2020, one mode of travel not on this list is RVs.
RV travel is one of the fastest growing ways to explore the U.S. And as you start thinking about your 2026 vacations, you might want to consider a trip on the open road.
Maddie Bourgeois with RV Share joins us now to talk more about the rising trend in RV travel. Maddie, thank you so much for joining us. We know more than a third of travelers already have RV vacations planned for next year. So what makes this kind of trip so appealing?
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me. Something for 2026.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Maddie Bourgeois, VP of Marketing at RV Share. Thank you so much for joining us and telling us all about that. Yeah. Actually, I would be intimidated by the driving of it, you know? Driving. So the drop-off is a nice option.
I've always kind of wanted to go on an RV trip, and I'm sold now.
Too late, though, for a white Christmas for so many of you. And I do want to look at the probabilities of a white Christmas. Anyway, actually, warm or cold, it's actually not as high as you might think. Just going back over the past 20 years, you can see what percentage of snow cover we had over the U.S. The past couple have been less than 30%. And really, over the past 10 years, more years than not, have been less than 30% when it comes to snow cover. And an inch of snow on the ground is what makes a white Christmas. It doesn't have to be falling. That's the definition, is an inch of snow on the ground. And we have that only in 18.6%. And it's pretty far north, or it's pretty high up when it comes to that snow cover. So you look at the historical probabilities, and a spot like Minneapolis, it's 70% chance of white Christmas. Not a guarantee by any stretch here, but 70% chance. Chicago, it's less than 50 though, at 41%. And a spot like New York City, only a 15% historical probability of a white Christmas. Now, you might actually get a little snow in New York City, although I don't think you'll get an inch, but we've got some chances. In fact, you look at the chances of a white Christmas coming in here, it's really only possible well to the north, looking ahead all the way into Christmas Day. Well, as you plan ahead, here's what we have on